stay composed, stay cool, because this is the second game of a full best-of-5 series. So, you know, run the marathon.
Tuck in, grab your snacks. Don't forget to buy Head and Shoulders as well while you buy your snacks, because we're about to start the draft.
That's it. The drafts for game number 2, Rebellion Zion and Bigetron Alpha. Both of these teams have opted to stay on the exact same sides. But what differs from game number 1 is the choice of bans. Matilda now opened up. Angela was the choice. And Bigetron, they've opted to let it entirely go and sticking to the Kaja Iritel and Paquito.
That's a risky move to go for, man, but it's an instant answer again. Hey, we'll play the Bakcha twice. Last time you picked Angela, this time you picked Matilda. Still the same answer. It's the B.
It's Bakcha. It's going to be the Bakcha here. Now, question, right? It was in the keys to victories as well. Audi TZ, give him his hero. Give him his identity heroes. Is Matilda his play style? Is the question, right?
Is he comfortable enough on it?
Exactly. We're about to find out, I guess.
We are. But exact same picks come through for Bigetron Alpha. But Rebellion Zion, instead of the Beatrix pickup, it like they did in game number 1, 4 highs, they go for the Bruno instead.
It's a good answer, right? I mean, the Bruno was what gave them so much trouble with the composition that they already have. Bigetron Alpha, the Navarre to reveal, the Bakcha to frontline, and then the Bruno to deal damage in the back. Now that Rebellion have a good dive hero, good hero that is practically immortal, and the fact that the Fredrin has been left open this time around in the first phase, that's a pickup for Vincent. A signature pick for him, his most picked jungler in Season 12, and this is the pick where he really is able to take control of every single neutral objective.
He becomes a monster.
He goes from Vincent to Vincent Van Gogh.
Ooh, VVG.
You know what happened to Vincent Van Gogh?
Tell us.
Elaborate.
I'm the
Forgot the line,
priestess
man.
of primal lightning.
All right,
The hunter
we'll give
of
you a few
evil
seconds to,
gods.
you know, iron those kinks
Recover.
out and recover. Exactly. Bigetron Alpha going to respond with an Edith. Edith being picked up for Bigetron Alpha. For me personally, this Matilda pick suits this composition. Why do I say that? Lack of range, it gives mobility towards the Bruno and the Fredrin to weave in and weave out of these team fights.
I completely agree. I mean, it adds more depth in that regard. But let's see here, second phase. What will Bigetron target? You know what? I think they should just target the mid laners here. Sure, Matilda can be flexed into that mid lane, but I feel like it is much more impactful in the roam. But now, they're out for a Uranus man.
But now, I need to finish that metaphor
Got it.
earlier.
We'll get
Vincent Van Gogh, quote, "I've lost my mind in this game." He lost his mind doing art, right?
Oh.
And to be a god at Fredrin, you must go psycho, Fred. You must invade. You must take control, my man.
Pain is the proof that I'm still alive. Psycho Brad.
Indeed. Brody banned out. Very
It's a good
natural.
ban.
Yeah, natural ban as well.
It's a good ban, right? If Rebellion Zion want to kind of replicate what Bigetron was able to do in the gold lane, sure, they take the Bruno and they have to take away the counters towards it. The fact that Irital is already off the board from the get-go, Brody now eliminated. What else can lane properly against the Bruno?
You want to know?
Beatrix? No.
How much do you want to know?
Is it
A little bit.
Iksha?
No. Well, the Iksha does pretty good as well, to be fair, right? I mean, the Iksha could be an answer, but they'll have to pick it last. If they want to go for a safer pick, I would say the Melissa is a solid option as well. With the Edith, with the proper lockdown that they already have in their composition, and the fact that the composition is still a front-to-back comp, the Melissa can actually melt down Rebellion's frontliners faster than the Bruno, and Melissa can also bully the Bruno in lane.
Huh.
It's also a hero we saw from Shive that took Onyx to 30 minutes. Remember that game?
And tide wait for no Your team is your girl.
Okay. Melissa can be a viable pick here for the side of the BTR, but my guess is the wiser move should just pick a XP first here, then the marksman last.
Why do I feel like it might not be Melissa?
I mean, the carry is still up for grabs. We saw that it was a hot pick in the first match, but in this comp, I guess it
I
could
hope
still
it's not
work.
bot.
They still have the lockdown here with the Edith, with the Bakshas, the same story. The carry melts through the frontliners, but unfortunately, the only real issue is the Bruno in lane.
What is it going to be? Are they going to leave it for the last pick?
There you go.
Exia.
Wow,
They go for the Exia instead.
quite early.
Technically,
I expected last pick Ixia, not first pick.
and technically, this Exia pick isn't too hot against something like the Matilda.
Technically, you can't get canceled. You can get airborne.
Not
but
about that. Not the cancel. The fact that you
the
can guiding
escape.
win everyone else out.
Not everyone, but one. Yeah, you have much more mobility. You have sustain as well. But that's why the Edith is here. The mobility, the lockdown from the Edith. And maybe they have something in store for that XP lane as well. It's a gourd!
It's a gourd. Of course, you fight fire with fire, you fight range with range.
Gord needs setup.
Come on, Cars. Go for that Benedetta. Go for that Lapu. Go for a dive hero.
Gord needs setup.
Yu Zhong.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so they're going for dive. Try and counter the Exia on the back line. That's the only choice they have. And that's a lot of solutions towards the Exia in the back line. It was very different to the Exia game that we saw earlier on when it was quite limited. But here they have just pure range from the Gord. Not really sure if he can out-sustain the damage coming in from Exia. But there's Yu Zhong. They also have the Matilda on top of that.
With the Yu Zhong as well, it adds potential to create a two-perimeter fight, right? Which I feel like might favor the side of the blue Bulls.
Oh!
It's a Fanny!
What? Baksha roam?
Baxia!
Oh my, what? There's
Purple.
oh my god, there's no lockdown for the side of Rebellion. Zion, the Gord, and the Bruno, both super vulnerable. They baited this pick, they baited Rebellion to have no lockdown in their kit this last pick. Oh man, I think it's a, wow, that's surprising.
Can Matilda not technically lock Fanny down?
You can follow her, you can deal damage.
But it's not.
It's not purely lockdown, no.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very interesting. But as much as I love that Fanny pick, ladies and gentlemen, Mirko, I have to side with the Rebellion side.
Oh, tell us why.
I feel like it's a more balanced, it's more sensible composition here.
Let's see if Sensible wins games and wins matches. Ladies and gentlemen, as we enter the Land of Dawn for the second game, Bigetron currently leading 1-0. Who will take the next point away?
I'll have to agree with you, Gani, in the... Oh, it's Baksha XP? Oh, that's even weirder. I was about to say Baksha Rome is already going to be weird, and that's the risky choice. But he put Baksha. This is season, this is M2. Yeah, Baksha Yu Zhong lane, remember? Oh my god. Throwback right now. And the Baksha is going to play full utility. Look at how they started. The Baksha was actually leashing that orange buff. He's going to lose, I think, a few minions, or maybe just one minion up top. And he went for Concussive Blast, Tenacity, that's a thrill as well. And a Tenacity, Super Ken.
Oh, good initiation there. But luckily for Audi and the Blue Bulls, he has a flicker.
How strong is Baxia's passive?
Well, technically, against the Yu Zhong, how do you... Well, Gani actually plays the Baksha in the XP, so I think we have to refer to him.
Very weak clear, but head-to-head wise, very strong against Yu Zhong. So I expect Yu Zhong to focus on clear, but Baksha to focus on heroes. But there's a catch here. Let's see, a 3v2 rather. Super Key pops the early flicker.
And if this works out, that's you gotta give it to Coach Aldo, right?
Yeah.
That flip in roll
Yeah.
in
Because
every
again...
single roll.
Super Ken. Oh, good taunt here. Super Ken might be in trouble. Good cable management to escape. Rebellion and Bigetron Alpha still here. Stalemate 0-0.
Well, you spoke about the XP matchup. I'm going to be talking about the Ixia matchup here against the Bruno. Yeah, the Ixia is actually a great pick in lane against the Bruno. Shout out to, I believe it was RSGPH. Eman was the first guy who actually tried it out in MPL and made it fully work. Cars.
Oh, petrified, connected, airborne was there. It seems like the Black Dragon form will be popped here. As they look at the Virgin here, just busy in the turtle. The first objective, Newt, will be taken by Rebellion Zion.
Again, to talk about this matchup, the Ixia does really, really good against the Bruno. Mainly okay damage, but mainly sustain. That sustainability really makes you win out in trades or all-ins. And if you're able to have a good time in lane as an Ixia, play it safe with your range, and scale up, you're going to kind of outscale the Bruno. Technically, if you're close, the Bruno should win later stages, but...
Goodness, 2v1, but Cars! What the heck, even without popping the flicker, he survives there. The cutthroat and the pressure. But take a look at the bottom lane. Super Key and Shive will look for the clear here. It seems like, yeah, both teams here will say no to a commit fight.
I can't believe he survived that. Cars actually was able to buy the other members of Rebellion Zion a little bit more time by wasting Super Ken's rotation in that top side. But either or... Wait a second. Did he get it?
Yep. Retribution.
Wow. Alrighty. Oh!
Eyeing Swaylo holding the flicker, popping it eventually. But again, it's still 0-0 here 3 minutes in.
And Vincent is actually still a level ahead of Super Ken.
That's what we expect here with a turtle take. Fredrin should have a better time against a Fanny. And you know what? Speaking of no lockdown, technically they don't have any pure lockdown, but Vincent, if he's able to connect on that knock-up second skill, it's a pretty good deterrent to the cables.
A purple buff invade here. Let's see. 3v2. Bruno is on his way. Retribution battle. Let's see who wins it. Oh, it's going to be Vincent taking the purple buff in the hands of Super Ken.
This is where it gets dangerous. Once the Fredrin gets far ahead enough to do that, walk up, 3v1, no problem. Retri.
My God. 4 minutes in still. Killless in the second game of Rebellion and Bigetron, but the second neutral objective is in the building. Let's see here. It seems like Bigetron Alpha has no resources to contest. Super Key now taking damage. It's going to be first blood, seems like, with the passive as Cars finds the first kill in the board.
Super clean by Rebellion Zion here. Absolutely just zoning Bigetron Alpha away. They understand that they don't have what it takes, but it might be wrong the bottom side.
Good trade. Shive claims that the 200 gold there. That's a huge kill there for the Red Robots.
It's a good kill over to Shiva. It's also a good play by Bigetron Alpha, because if you guys didn't notice, Super Ken actually picked up the entirety of the turret gold up top.
That's what I was about to ask.
And now he's going to try to continue split pushing this to make it an equal trade for that bottom lane.
Super Sorizo, what the heck? Taken down with the Appraiser's Rats, finds the kill. Audi finds another. But seems like Super Key will not be able to survive, but no, I was wrong. With the passive from the Primal Wrath, he is able to sustain.
Back to that point, right? Technically, it's worth it. No, wait a minute. Vincent?
Seems like they will invade this purple as Super Ken will concede.
Okay. It's technically worth it, right? Because the gold you get...
Oh!
What?
What the heck?
How? He did it!
With the Retri on point cable there, he finds the purple.
Beautiful. And this is exactly it. Him starting to shine. Because going back to that point, it's an equal trade because of the same equivalent amount of gold taken between the gold turret and the turtles.
Yeah. And wait, right now, we're getting interrupted.
Jesus, whole Audi TZ circling Eagle just to disengage. Almost there. The Astral Recall finds the mark.
Okay, to answer your question, yes, Rebellion Zion got extreme value from that play in the bottom lane because of the turret and the 2 kills, right? That's a kill on Ixia, where the Bruno was able to survive, therefore living a bit more, getting a bit more farm, and now having a level lead, and I assume a gold lead as well. Okay, good cancel.
Enough energy though to escape. The last turtle in the game is up. Super Ken, all risky play, does not want to contest. Seems like Vincent will claim the perfect turtle here in the game.
He didn't have the energy. That Black Dragon form was enough of a deterrent to prevent him from going through. And again, Rebellion Zion, fantastic job at zoning, but Howdy TZ, man, on the Matilda. We asked the question in the draft, is it something that he's comfortable utilizing?
Yeah.
And here it is. You see exactly this.
Look at the purple buff though. Spawns in and instantly you see the rotation from Vincent. This one should be taken away by Vincent. And yes, he does. He claims it. He picks up a 1-level lead again. And now it's back to the drawing board for Bigetron Alpha. With Super Ken not getting the purple, their composition is offline.
Wow. Good petrify. It seems like Super Ken will have enough cables. Here, the tempo, again, very, very slow. First game, 10 total kill points, but this time, similar. Right, Bigetron eyeing that turret in the top lane. You know what, Cars? He will sacrifice that turret. The bot side, though, seems like Super Ken will also surrender and sacrifice the inner turret.
They're both trying to play more objective-centered. They're looking for a way to up the other opponent. And here, entering the 8th minute, with Super Ken still at 0-0-0, falling behind Vincent 2 levels now. What can we expect for Bigetron Alpha, and how do they come back?
Technically, it's kind of the same as game 1. Bigetron Alpha are trying to weather the storm. It's a bit harder now because Rebellion actually have proper answers in the later stage of the game. Unlike game 1, they have a Gord, they have the Bruno, and even the Ixia here, who I said is supposed to outscale the Bruno because of that range advantage. It's not that simple because of the Yuzong. This Yuzong is definitely going to be able to zone Shive away in a lot of these skirmishes, and maybe that's why Bigetron decided to have a Baxia and an Edith in place together.
The purple buff invasion.
Oh, he got it!
Again, Super Ken this time will have his purple, but with the retribution now out of the board for both members here, both junglers rather. Let's see, will they gamble this?
Do they commit? What?
Let's see, right? They have the Black Dragon form, it seems like, and Vincent will claim the Lord, no problem.
What in the world, Rebellion Zion? See, I understand your point in the later stage of the game, but for me, a non-snowballing Fanny, it doesn't sit right with me. I don't like it in towards the late stage of the game because I feel like it falls off harder. Well, I guess it's different if it's in the hands of Onyx because we've seen what Kyrie's able to do on the Fanny, and that's more macro play. But for Super Ken, can he do the same thing that Onyx can do on the Fanny?
Well, I think he can try to replicate it. I don't think he can do exactly what Kyrie does. I'm not sure if anyone can do what Kyrie does exactly. But what he can do is split push. That's something that the Fanny has that will never fall off, technically. The split push, the dynamic rotations here that he'll try to get, and acting as a deterrent. He'll be the distraction in the back line, trying to force Rebellion Zion to play it complete front to back to protect the Bruno, hence giving Super Moreno and Shive enough room in their own back line to deal damage.
Yeah, we see that. We see that happening. Super Ken going to be able to cut that wave in the top side. And he couldn't go for a natural split push because of how Rebellion Zion are just controlling all 3 lanes of the map.
Nope, not just yet here. Right, they look to commit to the bottom lane. It seems like the passive will be triggered. With that, Bigetron still holding on here with just 4 turrets left. Rebellion Zion, 11 minutes in, 6,000 gold lead as Super Ken very proactive here, finding the inner top lane.
He's working hard, man.
Overtime work, give him some overtime pay. Bigetron Alpha really relying on Super Ken to get them the gold. If he isn't able to get these turrets, jungle has been completely cleared out. The lanes have been completely frozen. With the Lord advantage, that's 2,000 gold earned and 13,000 turret damage. Unluckily for Rebellion Zion, they were not able to really deal any sort of damage towards the base turret. A few good hits would have been a game changer. Wait, oh, ODTZ. No, all right, they don't decide to follow him through. That's a mechanic that is new to Mathilda. You can now follow in with a circling eagle. It doesn't matter how far Super Ken goes. But that's a Sea Halberd for Shive. Corrosion, DHS, he should be going for the Malefic Roar next. And I think with this build, yeah, that's a proper build, man. Bruno doesn't have the Wind of Nature yet. And that actually might come back to bite him if Bigetron somehow find an engage. And here it is.
Audi, hot. Oh, take a look at the damage. He is able to sustain at the Mystic Gush. Will melt members of Bigetron, but though,
Wait.
Audi will fall in the back line there.
And Vincent used Retry.
Okay, let's see here. With the man advantage, Bigetron Alpha, they look to recover as quickly as possible. Take a look at Super Ken. Baksha, very fast rotations. They're in the Lord Pit with a man up. Let's see here. What can they cook? Super Key onward.
Oh my God.
With Vincent. Take a look at the backside though. So hey, low, but survives. So Rizzo looking for the damage. Does not find it. Oh, take a look at the crowd control. Take a look at the cover. Finds some more. Finds the kill in the backside as well. It's gonna be Cars taken down. So Rizzo, Cars taken out. Super Key pops Brahma right. Full barrage on towards Vincent. Super Ken jumps in. Cutthroat looking for a kill on towards Highs. Finds it as well. And Super Ken, he is cooking right now as the Lord is wide open, but Vincent is still in the map.
1-4-2 trade for the moment. Bigetron Alpha getting the better of it. Super Ken should have the better setup here. Still has the retribution, but Rebellion Zion with the Mystic Gush able to completely reset the Lord.
The problem for Rebellion Zion is that they have their gold laner down. The problem for Bigetron Alpha is that they have an assassin jungle who can't play the Lord Dance right. Both teams have problems. Both teams have solutions, but Super Key goes in first.
Good onward. No active spells on the Bigetron side. Let's see here, Audi with his flicker in hand. Will that be the game changer? Bigetron Alpha looking to distract, looking to delay. As now Rebellion Zion is back with 5 members.
It's a complete reset for both of his teams. The only difference now is Shive has the additional item for that penetration, but Highs has the Wind of Nature.
Are they giving?
BDF, good onward. Super Ken joining the fray.
Oh my
Audi
God.
receiving damage. Matilda now pops from Vincent, finds the Lord. Cars distracting, looking to survive. Let's see. Oh my goodness, Mystic Gush to save the day. Super Series of Fall, and that's a huge dub for the Blue Bulls.
That was a big cover play coming in from Vincent with the taunt coming through. Rebellion Zion with no members taken out. They have the man advantage.
If they don't play it right, though, it is not going to be a win. They used all their resources to get that kill. Remember, the Black Dragon form is the only deterrent. Wait!
Oh, good catch, good cover as well. Super Ken still looking for that play, but Trey Low, clutch flicker to save his life. Super Ken looking to recall, man. Rebellion Zion is a landlord, and Rent is 3 months late as they're looking and knocking to the doors of Bigetron Alpha.
Still no Black Dragon form. Sheep is going to free hit!
Oh, let's see. Full barrage on towards the Lord. It will fall. It will melt the Lord, mind you. It seems like Bigetron will be there in time to defend all 3 base turrets.
Yo.
0 to 100 quickly.
5 and 4. Doesn't feel like a 9-game game. Super Ken.
Oh, good Astral Echo, but it seems like, Super Ken for the next 2 minutes will not have his purple buff.
Holy moly. 9 kills in the 15th minute of the game, but it feels like the action has been happening non-stop. This doesn't even feel like 15 minutes. It feels like it's only been 5. So many interesting plays happening left and right. The macro, the cuts happening from both teams, and the team fights have been phenomenal. This time, though, the same problem lies for Bigetron Alpha. Super Ken, no purple buff. It's back to the drawing board. They need to find a way to distract the Fredrin. Wait.
Oh, careful. Oh. The trap.
Wow.
Set it by the Matador and the Blue Bulls there. Almost debated Super Ken.
That was a little too close for comfort, and I can even feel just Miracle gripping on his seat. Glued to his screen right now.
I've been standing, man. I was standing, jumping. Such a fun game. These are the games that we as casters would love to cast all day long. And Rebellion, this is the way that they're trying to solve the issue of the constant split push. The Yu Zhong technically can try to match up against the Fanny, But if that happens, the Ixia free hits, and that's why the Yuzong has been mostly sent towards these team fights without going to the other side. Usually, Yuzong can expect the Yuzong to use the Black Dragon form to approach the team fight. But for this game in particular, Ice needs to be in the vicinity of the team fight so that the Black Dragon form can actually reach the backline of Bigetron Alpha. That's why Super Ken's split push have been very lethal.
Oh, good catch. Vincent now. Oh,
Wait,
the winner's scrunching. Is it too early though? No cover whatsoever. As Super Moreno finds the snipe. No retry for the next 30 seconds here. Bigetron Alpha, will they pull the trigger?
Over zealousness, too greedy from Vincent. He completely just gave a Bigetron Alpha the Lord on a silver platter. 17 minutes in. That's too expensive to let go.
Super K.
Flicker. Oh, the damage is just too much by Highs. Burst it down instantly. 30,000 HP. 4v4 technically. Rebellion needs to delay. Circling Eagle combined with the Black Dragon form. Take a look at the backside. Shiva now vulnerable, but Super Ken finds the Lord. Now they look to collapse. Shiva receiving damage, taken out. Super Sorizo fails to cover. But it seems like Rebellion Zion, they managed to find the equal trade.
Jeez.
Oh, this is scary, right? All 5 members from the side of Rebellion Zion, the Blue Bulls, are still up. They're charging into the base despite the fact that Super Ken was able to take that Lord for himself amidst all that chaos, amidst all that drama. Again, a stalemate between both of these teams.
The trades have been so good for both these teams. Bigetron trying to get a Lord, but Rebellion get the team fight, and they're able to completely just nullify the Lord. The Lord will have 0 use. I would actually say it'll benefit Rebellion Zion here for the Lord take. They're able to clear it out, getting more gold, free money. But it does give Bigetron Alpha a chance for the Fanny to get the purple buff. Now, whether that's worth it or not is completely, at this point, subjective, right? Because it comes down to how Super Ken is going to be able to use this purple buff. If that Lord take, this purple buff take from Super Ken doesn't amount to much, and Rebellion Zion can just weather the storm again, and Vincent can go in for the steal again, then not much. Again, orange buff steal, but I wouldn't say that's too much value. What is value would be a kill. He needs to find a kill. He needs to maybe beta win in nature, something. A Black Dragon form. Big resource burn out equals to win for BTR. But if Super Ken only gets a purple like this and isn't able to do much more, Rebellion are just going to they're just going to wait it out.
But can you not agree that that was style points?
I think the whole game has been style points for both teams. Vincent winning the direct trees, Super Ken split pushing, Audi Teamsy. I mean, everyone has been styling.
One department that I feel like Rebellion Zion is lacking in this composition is just mobility, right? You have the Fanny, you have the Navaria, but take a look at top lane here. Vincent now with the immortality. Wow, okay, early winners, I guess. But then, with that, it will create, or it will make Vincent have space to disengage. Again, back to my point. Fanny, Navaria, Baksha, very, very fast heroes to roam around the Land of Dawn.
Take a look at the Fanny here with a killing spree. I expected more damage from him, but it's actually a tanky build, sorta. Blade of Heptases and the Melfic Roar. This is barely enough to get the Gourd down. So again, it's right, exactly what we predicted. It's more of a distraction, this Fanny pick. It's to go into the back line, force the back line of Rebellion Zion low, and therefore forcing the front line of Rebellion to go back to save their back line. Meanwhile, Bigetron Alpha's back line will benefit from that by free hitting with the Ixia and the Navaria.
It's a 4v1. Astral Echo has been popped. Super Ken, is he aware? 4 members jump and Petrify connects. He wants to run, but the crowd control is just too much.
Way.
But Super Ken, let him cook.
That's the defensive build! The defensive build!
Exactly, that's what it was for, the distraction.
That's a free Lord, what can I say? Super Ken, top side, survives a 4-man gank, rotates towards the Lord, claims the Lord.
How many resources was utilized? Petrify from Cars, ultimates coming in from Audi as well. What in the world, Super Ken?
That defensive build, man. What? He survived a 5-man gank!
Cheeky,
Who would
cheeky.
expect a Fanny to survive a 5-man gank? I think even Rebellion are bamboozled. They've just checked the items now, maybe. Wait, he has anti-crew, he has Queen's wings? What is going on?
Oh, Super Ken jumps in. Still composed though. Lord is evolved now, ladies and gentlemen. It has marched in the top lane area. It seems like Rebellion Zion here. I feel like they have enough to defend this one. Let's see. Astral Echo popped, revealing 3. The base turret top lane will fall. Okay, finds Vincent. Oh, the damage is just too much here. Vincent losing his immortality and will try to buy some time as Vincent falls. Lord still 14,000. That's much HP. It seems like the Lord, with the help of the turret, it will fall. Now full barrage pop as well.
Wow.
Take a look at the damage here. HP all down. One more member down for a minute. Rebellion Zion, their full defense.
Full defense, but they lose 2 members in the process. Ladies and gentlemen, the top lane is open up. Super Ken goes in.
Oh my God, the cable! What? Stop at the cable, Super Ken! Bigetron Alpha now. Base not that wide open, but the Mystic Gush finds the outplay. Heisemore as well finds the kill. It's a 2 for 2. 3 from Rebellion, 3 Bigetron standing.
What the heck was that? What? From both! From Super Ken and from Rebellion! They defended that with 3 members against 5. I don't know what that interaction was. What were those cables?
Oh my God.
That looked like Spider-Man. Just
Oh, you're right. You're
all
right.
the webs everywhere, all over the place. Super Ken,
Jeez.
this kid, man. He's a kid that he's full of surprises. You think you know everything there is to this kid, and he pulls a stunt like that. And it makes sense. He might be on the way to our own local Kyrie.
Gotta be careful though. I think they might lose this one.
Careful, Vincent
Ken,
has no immortality. Super Ken, what the heck again with the fast hands mechanics.
Oh my God.
Props to Yu Zhang here, trying to relieve off pressure top lane. But again, Super Ken is already on and occupy that lane.
All right, wait a minute. We gotta take back what we said, right? We were like, all right, late game, Fanny. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to do what Kyrie does. He's doing pretty good for himself right now. What the heck? Huh? I can't explain it. How do you explain this? He's not losing energy. What is the logic behind this? And he baits the Mystic Gush.
Lord.
The crowd goes wild. And he truly is Super Ken.
Super Ken again. Showing his style. Showing his mechanics. Rebellion Zion needs to be careful here. Active, well, spells, all active. They're ready for a fight.
I just want to know what Super Ken's planning here. Is he trying to go for a bait for the retribution? And then revert full throttle and commit onto the Lord?
Oh, good catch. Super Ken here
Wow.
needs to be very cautious now. Quite low. Energy now very low. But on the other side of the map, Bigetron Alpha fails to find something else. Let's see here. Still though, Lord Pitwise. Bigetron Alpha has more control, but it seems like Rebellion Zion slowly but surely trying to cover more ground.
They need to be aware of housekeeping. Rebellion Zion, look at the waves constantly pushing into them. They need to figure this out. As soon as Gord is visible on the map, that's Bigetron Alpha's green light to go ahead.
Teal play, Bigetron will not take that risk. Rebellion Zion again popping that sentry.
This is it, the back and forth. Oh, is it going for a back door? Can he do that?
It's a forced error. It's a forced error here by Super Ken. He's constantly just making Rebellion look. And again, Cards, he is the one that usually needs to go to the goal, to that top lane,
Yeah.
but he's unable to. Because if he gets spotted there, or Bigetron will just collapse instantly because there's no dive towards Shive, no dive towards Super Moreno without the Black Dragon. So look at what Rebellion Zion are opting to go for. The solution to the question that Bigetron Alpha are putting out is Bruno Matilda up top. Still, this is going to be a pretty good fight if the Bruno isn't going to rotate over.
Good catch, but it seems like the Mystic Gush here will hinder the movements. Now Rebellion Zion, they look to recover. Super Ken looks for an angle, does not find the right opening. Lord on the side of the Rebellion side here. Bigetron, oh, good catch, good onward, on towards Audi. But he's a Matilda. 20,000 on HP.
No way,
Super
no way.
Ken, good winner. But it seems like, will he have enough energy to escape this time? Very low. Lord is also low. Take a look at Vincent now, receiving damage, and Vincent finds the Lord. He escapes as well. Rebellion, full retreat, but he will fall. Rebellion 4v5 now. Can
Super
they
King.
escape? Good onward. Audi, all the damage. Sway low finds the kill. It's a trade. Circling Eagle on towards the back. Super Moreno receiving damage, but it's still 4-4-v4.
It's clear that Bigetron Alpha, they still don't want to commit because of the choices made by Super Ken.
Oh my
but
God.
how exactly did that go down?
Well, that went kind of the same. It's kind of a stalemate now. They're going to be able to clear this pretty well. Super Ken, again, was able to get the purple buff, and with wait, that might be a mistake there. He used the Black Dragon form to defend the Lord. It can charge over and get a mid lane base turret, but if Super Ken can hold this off, and if Shive can get that ultimate, that full barrage in, there's no BDF. Rebellion are in for a show.
The Fauna representative fails to find the connection on towards the base, but they are still alive. Mystic Gush pop, full barrage as well! Heizamore, now you see him, now you don't. What a positioning there by Shive.
That's two men taken down for Rebellion Zion. Bigetron Alpha, the Blue Bulls, in for the chase, but they don't have the speed yet. Still able to recall for the moment, but Bigetron Alpha coming back yet again in the 28th minute of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the longest game we've seen in the playoffs so far.
Rebellion Zion forgot the quote from the wise man. No dragon, no fight. It's an Ixia. You don't have dive. He can melt you down. That might have been a mistake, the mistake, for Bigetron Alpha to take control.
High still 25. Bigetron Alpha. Nothing really is on the board here. Lord still a minute away. But there you go, the base turret in the bottom lane will fall. So there's 1 point. Vincent, good escape. The full barrage here pops. Oh, Cards with the Black Dragon board here looking for a play. Does not really find it. 2, 3 wave minions now crashing. Good petrify, no follow-up damage. Audi finds it. Oh, Sway low with the Mystic Gush play. Finds the main character, and that is Shive.
Swaylo's the main character in Rebellion Zion. 5-0 and 3, the carry for the team, and that Mystic Gush, that positioning. This is why Swaylo is a thinker in that mid lane. An absolute beast.
That's a huge kill. That might be the difference maker here. Pre-Lord, and Shive is out on the board, out of the board for 45.
Suelo's a thinker, but he's not a goer. And say what you will, sure, the damage is there, but it doesn't work without setup. And Audi TZ constantly gives that. They are able to combo it in with Cars, says Petrify, going into the Circling Eagle from Audi TZ. And because of that change in that ultimate, that AoE knockup, it's all the setup that Rebellion Zion needs to land those damage, those burst options into Bigetron Alpha that eventually loses the game. But look at where Super Ken is right now.
Looking for an angle. On the backside, Heizamore. Oh, good retray. But with that, Bigetron Alpha says, you know what? Get the Lord, will focus on defense.
Wow. Rebellion Zion, they finally get a chance. They know that Shiva is down and they need to just commit onto it. There is very low chance that Super Ken is actually able to out-retry. So Vincent decides to make that risky play happen. Go in for the Lord, trust in my retry. We go for this 4v5 and Bigetron tries to actually cut, to try to actually steal. And Super Ken, you saw it, he had to try to look for a bad angle, a random angle to get into that spot, but he's not able to do so. And now it's time for Rebellion. It's the siege. They're knocking on Bigetron Alpha's base.
Earlier, Bigetron was 3 months late. This time it's 6. Super Ken defending. Lord is still marching. 25,000. Sorizo, wow. Receiving damage. All good full barrage positioning with the flicker towards the back. Mars lost his immortality. And let's see here. Furious dive to save his life. Vincent now will sacrifice his life. When it's Truncheon, will it buy enough time? The answer is no.
Wow.
He will be taken out. Good defense by the red robots.
Beautiful flicker combo with his ultimate with the barrage by Sive as well to deny Cars away. And that damage coming through was enough in order to deter Rebellion Zion's offense. And again, ladies and gentlemen, another stalemate between both of these teams. 31 minutes, 32, and we're still counting.
My goodness
Man,
gracious.
I'm all for it.
It's time for them both to reset once again. Bigetron Alpha and Rebellion Zion. You're right, stalemate. They both have good wave clear. We saw that in both defenses. They both have good target acquisition. Shive was able to catch highs, and then Gord was able to catch Shive. Both these players, both these teams, they know it. Mr. Gush!
Mistake.
Oh!
What the heck? We didn't even get to see Super Moreno there. Down for 70. Rebellion Zion Lord is still 50 though. So, give or take, Bigetron Alpha is still okay.
Suelo is brilliant.
Suelo.
Oh my god. And he anticipated that Super Key was going to go in for a flank, was able to flicker out of the Earth Shatter. That was brilliant. If Suelo was taken down there, that would have been quite a bad position for Rebellion Zion, but he denied it completely away. Bigetron Alpha, they had to lose Super Moreno for 70 seconds. That was how much is on the clock.
It went from Sway Low to Sway God, bro. This guy, 6-0-3, the ultimate carry for Rebellion Zion. He is the bull that's charging in. 4.5k gold lead, but at this point, gold lead is a non-factor. It isn't relevant anymore. By the way, is it just me or does Super Ken look less tanky? I don't know if he sold any of his items. It doesn't look like it. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Just for your knowledge, longest game duration, number 1 is MPL Malaysia, 41 minutes. And we're on track to actually try to get to that point.
An ID here is just 37, right? Also a Bigetron game. Will they beat their own record? Cars popping the BDF.
Oh my god.
Oh, Super Ken. Oh, what the knockup? Bad favors, but hides the more. Finds the Lord. Good knockup. The full barrage. Brrrr. Finds and melts the members of our rebellion. Vincent being the sole casualty for now. Big A Tehran. They do not look for more. They understand that one is enough.
Oh my
80
goodness.
seconds.
Have you seen a death timer that long?
No, honestly, I haven't. I don't think I've casted an 80-second death timer game to witness that. It's incredible. Again,
Oh my god.
It's an evolved Lord this time around, but without Vincent, they don't have enough frontlining to actually give Highs and the Gord enough space to actually siege it down. I feel like, again, it's a stalemate of a Lord. Bigetron Alpha should be able to secure this, and maybe even the purple buff here, but they have to be careful. They have to set their sights on the right target, and the right target right now is the Lord. They've dealt with it.
Oh my god. Like it was nothing. Like it was nothing, Miracle Eterna. This is going to be the 8th Lord of the game. We've passed 7 Lord. 5 for Rebellion, 2 Lords for Bigetron Alpha.
it's so back and forth.
Wow.
Both of these teams, they understand the stakes.
Wow. Oh my.
And that was baited out. That's information for Bigetron Alpha. Suelo not having the Mystic Gush for the next few seconds. Any swaps in items that we should be looking out for?
Well, earlier, he actually, for Super Ken, he actually, by the way, that's an 8,000 goal lead between the jugglers. Holy moly. Shive, get into the nature. We actually haven't seen Shive swap items at all this game during team fights, so that might be a problem later on. Usually we see fast hand maneuvers. Shive has just been relying on focusing down on these team fights. He hasn't been really too concerned with swapping items for immortalities, etc. What I'm curious to see is Super Ken. He actually bought the Queen's Wings again, so I am really curious as to what he actually bought to swap the Queen's Wings before he bought the Queen's Wings again and sold that item. For the rest of the team, looking at it, it's, again, just this is what we expect towards the later game. There's no boots for the Novaria, no boots for Gord as well. Both of them are relying heavily on their frontliner. No boots for both these goal laners, relying on that Windtalker to give them movement speed with a Quantum Charge as well. They're both very immobile, and in a game with this many immobile heroes, that's why the Fanny has been so annoying. They cannot get a grasp on this Fanny. Supercan is still deathless. He's the only one with Swaylo who is deathless. How is Swaylo deathless, by the way? Like, Fanny's building tank. Swaylo is building full damage. And he's a surfer. I don't know why I have to point that out, but yeah, he surfs up, dude.
Welcome, Lord number 8. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Lord number 8. 37 minutes in. Yeah, it feels like Bigetron Alpha, they will beat their own record. It was them against Onyx. Conceal, Astral Echo. Vincent has enough resources to gain more space. Oh, take a look at the mini-map. No, Super Ken knows better.
Moreno doesn't
We
have
beat
his
it.
ultimate up.
37-24 was the record. We're at 37-25
right?
for Indo. 38-15 is MPL PH with Echo versus Blacklist.
I think that was a 42-minute game.
Team Secret versus MPX NC. That was Team Secret with Matt and Max. Hey, Bigetron players as well.
Oh, you're right. Why?
Why does Bigetron have a long game? Chorizo.
Programmed for late game. Chorizo now. Oh, soaking damage, stunned as well. He has Immortal. He should be fine. But again, 38 minutes now, folks, and the Lord, 80,000 HP. Goodness me.
Does this not depend heavily on Super Ken right now? How he plays this?
I would say it's more so for Shive. He's the real carry here in the later stage, and maybe Moreno, but main DPS will be Shive. He needs to position himself perfectly. Same goes for Rebellion Zion. It's the Gord, it's Sway, Low, and Highs. These two members become the core. Vincent, Cars, Audi, they're just there to support. Oh, bottom lane.
Enough energy.
BDF.
VDF popped. Astral Echo as well. Oh, Mr. Gosh, take a look at that. It will melt Super Key to a half HP, but he's still A-okay because of the immortality. Vincent, though, on the other hand, quite low. Needs to be more cautious here. Super King jumps in, looking for an angle to find stability in that Lord Pit.
The tension, ladies and gentlemen, between both of these teams. They understand the stakes. 40 minutes. Imagine the death timers right now. A single mistake is all it takes to lose this entire 40-minute game. Bigetron Alpha want to have this next game severely in order to step forward in their run, but so does Rebellion Zion. So do the Blue Bulls.
Unfortunately for Rebellion Zion, Bigetron Alpha will have an advantage when it comes down to pushing these waves because they have one turret compared to 0 turrets of Rebellion Zion. That one turret basically means that the bottom lane will always be slow pushing towards Rebellion Zion, and unfortunately for them, it has to be the far lane out of all the lanes that the game here is pushing in. It's the far lane for Rebellion. They will have to send the Bruno, the Matilda down below constantly. And with this, usually teams would just go and commit to the Lord with a Bruno and Matilda down below. Wait, they're going in for the Fanny.
Super Ken again, just harassed here. Astral Echo popped as well. Heizamore, good guiding win.
Wow.
Good disengage.
Holy moly.
Holy moly.
Johnny, we have a game, Eterna. We have a game. This is game number 2 of
Exactly.
our second match of day 1, and we're already 40 minutes. We've beat MPL PH's longest game record. Now it's on to MPL MY, 41 minutes and 34 seconds. What's the timer for Team Secret versus MPX NC? And again, we are on track, ladies and gentlemen. 1 more minute, and we will have surpassed MPL MY's longest game. Super Ken, no purple.
Oh, Mr. Gush popped. Chorizo and he will be targeted. Take a look at Shibe. Quite vulnerable here in the backside as well. Vincent now. Will he fall? It seems like Super Key finds the kill. Primal Wrath mode. And
Audi.
that will be it. Audi jumps in with Matilda. But it seems like no. Rebellion. Will they commit? Will they delay? A man down, no retry. Bigetron Alpha, they pull the trigger on the Lord.
Steve still has her ultimate. Steve still has the barrage. At any time, he can utilize it to his advantage. And Rebellion Zion, without a man, with a man down, with a man disadvantage, I don't think they're in a position to actually go for this.
4 seconds, and we beat the clock. We've ultimately, there you go, longest game in MPL Season 12.
Oh my God. Let's see here. 20,000 Lord HP.
Wow.
Done. And take a look at the clock for Vincent. Still 40. Will he be able to respond in time? My guess is 12 Lord spawn. Yeah, just barely Vincent will find.
42 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, a full house in Mahaka Square, Jakarta, Indonesia for day 1 of Season 12 playoffs.
We're only just started. We're only just
Day
beginning.
1.
It's day 1, and again, it reflects the competitiveness and the competitive level of all these teams that are participating here at MPL ID, and even in the regular season. It went up to the very last moment to actually figure out who would take upper bracket, who would make it to the playoffs, and who was going to be forced to come home. Our first match of the day was close. Here, it's a record already. And it looks like Bigetron Alpha, they're looking to make more records. They're looking to push more history as they go in for the push into Rebellion Zion.
5v5, but the Alphas have the Lord. Audi jumping into the backside, particularly Super can finds a kill on towards Cars. Cars loses immortality as well as Audi. But take a look at Torizo. Full barrage to save the day. And take a look at the base. It's wide open. Bigetron Alpha, 4-match point. They get it. Artificial intelligence is taking over. I repeat, artificial intelligence, they're taking over.
43 minutes. 43 minutes and 12 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how long that game went. And despite going almost 50 minutes, imagine playing 50 minutes of high-level Mobile Legends. Bigetron Alpha still stay composed, still stay level-headed, cool-headed, making the right decision.